Okay, so classmates and Miss Lammers, my goal is to do a Think Aloud lesson to a hypothetical fifth grade classroom, focusing on the key ideas and details and craft and structure, I believe, standards. So, here we go. We are going to read a story today about the Statue of Liberty. Has anyone ever seen the Statue of Liberty or been to New York where it is? I have been there. You should go. The statue is actually on an island called Liberty Island. So you have to take a boat out to see it. Super cool. So this book is called Little Miss Liberty. And what I will be doing as I read is I will be thinking aloud, meaning when something comes to my mind, I will share it with you, and I would like you to be thinking about what kind of questions or what kind of thoughts are you having as I read through it, and also answering the question of why do we think this book was written? Because there are different reasons why people write books. They want to give us information, or they want us to be entertained, or they want us to know something from history. So part of this story is true, and I want you to be thinking about what parts do you think could not be true. So, on an early July morning in the city of Paris, the cry of a newborn baby girl was heard. The name given to her was Little Miss Liberty. The minute she was placed in her mother's arms, it was obvious she was special. To begin with, her coloring was a little on the green side. Secondly, unlike most babies, Little Miss Liberty could stand as soon as she was born. Anybody think that's really true? Yeah, no. In addition, with every day that passed, she grew several inches. So from July to December, she grew like another whole size from what she was. Does that happen? Probably not. Her parents had a hard time finding clothes that would fit her. Finally, they gave up and wrapped her in a queen-size bedsheet. Little Miss Liberty had an insatiable appetite, not just for food, but also for knowledge. She read anything and everything. From books to cereal boxes, from billboards to maps, from comic books to her father's newspaper. I wonder what comic book she liked. Anybody ever read a comic book? Superman, Spider-Man? I used to have comic books. I think I still have some. Anybody ever heard of the Archie gang? Probably not. She read and grew and read and grew some more. Now she's like, can just reach up to the tree. I wonder if that really happened. One day her mother took her shopping. Little Miss Liberty picked out the most peculiar looking hat. She loved it, so she wore it every day. When she started school, the other children didn't quite know what to think of her. I wonder if anybody teased her for being so tall. But she was of strong will and character, and when the teacher asked the class a question, Little Miss Liberty's arm would shoot skyward like a rocket. It seemed to be frozen straight up in the air. I wonder if that really happened. Probably not. Little Miss Liberty was a friend to all. She was especially kind to those who felt different or misunderstood, lonely or sad. Have any of you ever tried to help someone who felt different or lonely or sad? I hope you do. We all need a friend sometimes. Eventually, Little Miss Liberty finished school. By then, she found she had outgrown almost everything. Her bed, her table and chair, even her house. Even the city she had always known and loved. What city was that? Do we remember? Paris. Always a child of independence, little Miss Liberty knew there was a place in the world she was meant to be. She felt like she didn't belong. I wonder if any of you have ever felt like you didn't belong somewhere. I've felt like that. So one night she packed up her books, lit a torch, and with her parents' blessing, set off on a journey. She traveled to distant lands and visited wilderness no one had yet explored. Does anybody recognize these pictures? Anybody know where she's gone? I remember this. That looks like Big Ben in England. Looks like she went to Egypt. I see a pyramid. She discovered that the plains were much too windy, the mountains much too cold, and the oceans much too wet. Finally, after much searching, she happened upon a place she could call her own. There's Liberty Island. A pedestal of perfect size, color, and proportion. And there she stands with pride, continuing to grow taller and smarter each and every day. Is she still growing? Surely not. Surely she's tall enough. So, why did that person write that book? To entertain? To inform? Maybe some of both, because some of it's kind of silly, right? Like she's outgrowing her bed and she grew several inches every day. Like that's not real. People don't really do that. But the Statue of Liberty isn't a person. The part that is true is she was created in Paris, and she did get moved to the United States, to the New York Harbor where Liberty Island is. So those parts are true. So, any questions?
Abby Lent, please come to the main office.
Or final thoughts from anyone? I thought this was a cute story. It is, again, true, because the Statue of Liberty did start in Paris and then got moved, but the rest of it was just maybe for entertainment. So maybe the author wrote it to entertain and to give information, and I think I might have said that already. Okay, thank y'all.